Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Currie Podcasts. Today we're going to be talking about mostly fantasy basketball, a little bit about just my opinion, top 5 teams in the league, why I think that. But yeah, it's episode 2, let's begin. Okay, so fantasy NBA season starting, which means fantasy starting. Now I've been doing fantasy 4 years, we've been taking it seriously for 2. Well, this is my second year. My first year, I thought I took it really seriously. It was the start of a fantasy team with me and a bunch of my friends from high school. We're all pretty much into basketball a lot. Not pretty much into basketball a lot, but we're all into basketball. And yeah, so last year we had an 8-team league, which is pretty small, 8 teams, 10 players each team, and we start 7. And we set our lineups every day, and it's head-to-head categories, so you have to win 5 out of the 9 categories, which includes field goal percentage, free throw percentage, 3-pointers, assists, rebounds, steals, blocks, turnovers, points. Sorry about that. So yeah, that should be 9. And yeah, so this year we have a 14-man fantasy league. 14 teams, yeah, we increased it by 6. A lot of people wanted to join because we had a really good time last year. It was really competitive. And although there was some teams that weren't doing well, I feel that with a year under our belt, it'll be a lot more competitive because towards the end, everyone started to understand how these fantasy and category leagues work. So, from my experience last year, there's really 2 ways you can go about trying to win in fantasy. You can have guard play, or you can have forward center play. So with forward center play, which I don't follow, I'm going to go guard play, so I'm going to start off with forward and center play. You're really giving up free throw percentage because you want the bigs who are going to rebound. And off the top of my head, the best 2 rebounders in the league, DeAndre and Drummond, they're the worst free throw shooters in the league. So you're probably not going to win free throw percentage every week. So you have to start going for other things. Now, what are those other things? Well, you have field goal percentage. Those 2 that I just named, DeAndre and Drummond, they shoot really high field goal percentage. So that's a category that you're probably going to want to win. So you're going to want to draft guys with high field goal percentage, guys who are going to give you rebounds, but rebounds aren't really that big of a deal if you have Drummond and DeAndre, because those guys play 3 times a week. You're getting 60 rebounds right there, so you don't really need 10 plus rebound guys other than them. Probably not going to go for assists. You're going to want to go for blocks. You're going to want to go for low turnover guys, and you're going to want to go for points. Now, my problem is that bigs that get blocks and rebounds blocks don't lead to anything. Blocks lead to defense. That's it. Unlike steals, where steals can lead to offense, rebounds can lead to offense and scoring. Sorry about the interruption. I had to switch rooms and I kind of lost my train of thought. I just continue it in the next part. Yeah, sorry about that. Here it is. So now little blocks and rebounds could potentially lead to offense. Bigs, you can't depend on bigs getting low turnovers. That's just turnovers is that spot where you want to assume that you're going to lose every week. right? You assume you're going to lose that, and you want to pick 5 categories that you build your team around. Now with bigs, again, as I said before, you really only have field goal percentage, rebound, blocks, and maybe points. That's 4 categories. You're losing free throw percentage every week. You could potentially lose turnovers, and you're probably going to lose threes if you don't draft good 3-point shooters. So that's really my big objection um, to going the bigs route, drafting good bigs. Now, the way I feel is more effective and efficient is going the guard way. Now, what do I mean the guard way? Well, with guards, you can assume your guards are going to shoot good free throw percentage, good 3 points. You want to make sure they're passing the ball, they're stealing the ball, and they're scoring. Now, most good guards do those things. They shoot above 80% free throws. They get about 1 to 2 threes a game. They're passing the ball 6, 7 times. They get a steal a game. They get 15 to 20 points. That's all I'm looking for in a guard. Obviously, you get really good guards, top 5 guards, point guards in the league. You're going to get more assists or you can get more steals. But if you keep those categories in mind, the high free throw percentage, above 5 assists, above a 3 a game, above a steal a game, the points would follow. Because if they're shooting good with free throws, they're getting points. If they're stealing the ball, they're most likely getting points or they're getting an assist. And if they're shooting threes, of course, they're getting points. You see, they all lead into another category. Unlike bigs, where blocking a shot doesn't really lead directly to points, and getting a rebound doesn't really directly lead to points unless it's an offensive rebound. So that's really the position I have on these head-to-head leagues, category leagues. Um, but yeah, so I take a list from ESPN or Yahoo. I really get it down to. I brought it down to like 80 players. Just went through every team, looked at the people who had above 80% free throw, and really that was really the only category I looked at, above 80% free throw, because you're not going to get many bigs who are going to shoot good in free throw percentage and are going to rebound the ball really well, or get a lot of assists, shoot threes. There's not many. There's a few, but again, there's not many. So what I did was free throw percentage for guards. I wanted 5 assists, 1 to 2 threes a game, a steal, and good free throw percentage. So I'm not considering guys like Rondo is a perfect example. He's a 10 plus assist nighted guy, but he's also a 4 for 10 free throw shooter on some nights, and a 10 turnover person game. Even though I'm not considering turnovers, I'm assuming that's a category I'm going to lose every week. He's not really someone who's going to benefit my team. He doesn't shoot threes. I don't need that. So I brought it down to about, how many players did I take? It's about 57 players in total. Obviously I'm looking at the best guards, the best shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, centers. But I'm looking at guys like Jeremy Lin, Jaren Jack, Eric Gordon, J.R. Smith, Al-Farouq Aminu, Marvin Williams. Like lower tier guys, just to prepare. Because I'm assuming if I get one point guard in my top 5, I'm going to be happy. If I get one shooting guard in my top 3, 4, 5, I'm going to be happy. Right? So now my strategy going into this draft is to get, because I only have 5 centers. I know I said I lowered it down to centers who shot 80% from the field. But then from that list, I took all the all the guards and forwards who I feel I would really want on my team. Right? So my point guards, I named some of them. Obviously, I have Westbrook, Currie, CP, but I have Schroeder, Brandon Knight, Rubio, Clarkson, Lynn, Jared Jack. Shooting guards, Batum, Fournier, Beal, Avery Bradley, Caldwell Pope. Small forwards, Crowder, Turner, Covington, Aminu. Power forwards, Covington, Marvin Williams. And so that power forward center position is really what I feel my team's going to lack. So in the first few rounds, I want to get guys who I really want in those positions. So probably my first 3 picks, unless the people I'm drafting with just let fucking Kyle Lowry or Damian Lillard come to me in the 3rd round, which probably won't happen. But minus the obvious take on a player who really fits my team, I'm going to be going after a power forward and center within the first 3 rounds just to get those guys out of the way, the power forward and centers that fit my team, because down the stretch there's more guards that do more things. That's the way I'm looking. There's way more. There's an abundance of guards that do the things I want them to do, but there's not that many centers and power forwards. Now, obviously, it's guard play. You want good guards, right? So that's where this balance of, okay, when do I just go all out on point guards, and when do I go all out getting a power forward and center? Well, if I get an early enough pick and I can get a Durant, LeBron, Paul George, Gianni, Millsap, I'm going to take those guys 100%. Those guys are the guys for my team, right? So you get one of those, you get 2 positions out of the way, and you also get a 5'5" and 25 guy a night, 80% free throws, 2 steals a game, whatever. You know what you get from those guys. And then you can afford to have a lower tier point guard who probably get you like six assists a game. But then you can also come back with Rubio, who's going to give you 8 assists a game, get you 2 steals, get you the 80% free throw, right? But doesn't shoot threes that well, doesn't score that many points. But you have your scoring already, right? So you got to look at all these things. My center rankings, my goal, I have 5 centers in my center rankings. My goal is to get 1. If I can get one of those guys, I won't need another center, I don't think, unless injuries occur. But you deal with injuries throughout the year. You deal with them through trades and all this other stuff. But that's my draft strategy. Get one of those centers, probably within the first 3 rounds. If a power forward or if power forward comes to me early enough, take them. But my 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th pick, probably all going to be shooting guards, point guards. Maybe a small forward in Covington and Aminu. But that's the way I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, that's really my strategy. I'll keep you guys posted on how the draft goes. Our draft starts October 23rd at 8 p.m. So it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Been preparing a long time. I came in second last year, losing to the guy who won, obviously. And just going back to that week, it's kind of unfortunate because he had Klay Thompson that week, and Klay Thompson basically single-handedly beat me. 28 threes, 129 points, shooting 50% from the field. I lost in field goals, threes, and points. It was a tough loss. I Let's just say my accusations for that week were not spectacular. I really didn't pick good guys to go with, and it messed me up. Picked Lou Williams and Marvin Williams, and they went a combined 3 of 14. If I don't pick up those guys, I win field goal percentage. Maybe I get another 2 games to get someone who shoots amazing and gets me a bunch of steals. I don't know. Can't dwell on it, but it was very unfortunate. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated with this pool. It should be a good one. Yeah, I'm planning on doing my pickups for the week, reviewing the weeks, talking about what I expect for the weeks to come. Posts will be more often throughout basketball season just because I have more to talk about. I don't want to talk about the same thing you hear everyone talk about, and it's I'm just talking. Really have no one else to do this with, so it's really just me, and I don't want to just randomly talk about stupid things and not get someone else's opinion about it, right? So yeah, now that's really it with fantasy. If I have more to say, I'll say it another time. But now into the top 5 teams in the league and why. So I'll name you my list. And I know, because I'm from Toronto, there's going to be a lot of controversy in my top 5s, especially with my 5th pick. But let me explain myself before you jump to conclusions. Now I have Golden State, Cleveland, San Antonio, the Clippers, and the Celtics. Now, really, I think the top 4 are self-explanatory. Clippers, even without Blake half the year, had a spectacular season last year. CP goes down in the playoffs. That's not going to happen again this year. I just think they're going to be a really good team. I just don't see another way to put it. San Antonio, Cleveland, Golden State, that's obvious. But now let's get into this 5th spot. Now, my argument to Raptor fans, and really anyone, is did the Raptors get better or worse in this offseason? Or did they stay the same, in your opinion? Now, you can say they stayed the same. You can say they got worse because they lost Biombo. But I really can't see an argument being made that they got better. You don't know how player improvement is. I'm talking about skill-wise. Because DeMar and Lowry had very good seasons last year. DeMar's probably going to improve. But is his improvement enough to get 2-3 more games? I don't think so. Lowry might improve. The Team USA might have helped them. But again, I just think the quality of these teams has gone up. I don't think they might potentially be able to stay at the same number of wins, but you can't argue that they're going to get more than the amount of wins they had. Now, in my opinion, they either stayed the same or they got worse. Now, if you look at the Celtics, you clearly see an improvement in the position they were lacking all of last year. The playoffs was unfortunate. Avery Bradley goes down in game 1 against Atlanta. Jay Crowder gets hurt with 2 weeks left in the season, comes back prematurely, is clearly not himself. And we still win 2 games in a series that we really shouldn't have won any games because Isaiah Thomas. Now, even if Isaiah Thomas stays the same, which I don't think he will, but let's make the argument that he stays the same. We have the addition of Al Horford, someone who can run the pick and roll or be the spread five when Amir, Johnson, and Isaiah are running the pick and roll. And someone who can knock down a consistent 3-point and who we can throw it into the post and can score consistently, shooting 50% from the field. Now, not just that, we have Jaylen Brown, who although is a rookie, is very athletic. You can see him preseason, everything. Very athletic. He's an exciting player. And we have the best coach in the league, Brad Stevens. Best new coach. Pop is obviously better. And I think about this starting lineup, or not starting lineup, but this defensive unit whenever we need a stop down the stretch. Marcus Smart, Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford. Replace Jaylen Brown with Jay Crowder and put Amir Johnson in there. We're a little bigger. Replace Avery Bradley with Jay Crowder, or Avery Bradley with make it easier. You have Marcus, Jay, Jaylen, Amir, Al Horford. We're big and we're small at the same time. We can stretch the floor, we can run, but really, Marcus, Bradley, Crowder, Jaylen, Al Horford. Now, obviously, you don't know what Jaylen is, but he's 6'9", athletic, and is willing. So, if you get half of what you can expect from someone like that, you have a lockdown defensive team. You have a first-team all-defense Avery Bradley, upcoming awesome defenders, Jay Crowder, Marcus Smart, Al Horford's been a good defender. I just don't see how you can make the argument that the Raptors are going to be a better team than the Celtics. Now, of course, with no injuries, I feel Celtics can finish lower than them, but are still going to be a better team come playoff time. Right, the way the Raptors played in the playoffs, I don't want to hear they learned, they got experience. They played some of the worst basketball I've ever seen. They faced Indiana, who had just Paul George carrying them, and they almost lost to them. They faced a Miami team who lost Hassan Whiteside. And I don't want to hear, we lost Jonas. You guys were better without Jonas in the playoffs. Jonas was playing like garbage. Biyombo helped you guys so much. And everyone knows it. And you guys lost him. And then against Cleveland, and you guys won 2 games because they decided to live or die by the 3 and shoot 20% in Toronto. So, yeah. Really, with the Raptors, I have to see it to believe it. It's been, they've been improving every year, yes. But are they going to... This year, I don't know. Did they get much better? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe JV comes and is an all-star caliber player, and they have their big 3, and they are. Are they going to play well in the playoffs? They haven't. They've played well enough, but they haven't played this. Let's put it this way, and I think everyone can agree, to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, you have to be a much better team than the Raptors were last year. I could talk about this for days. But at the end of the day, you gotta wait for the season. I'm just really excited to watch the boys play. Seeing Al Horford is a good sight to see. A big who can finally play defense and play, 30 minutes a night. And also, just for you Raptor fans out there, I don't want to hear Sullinger. I'm so sick of. I've heard that so many times. Sullinger is going to be an X factor. If you guys are depending on Sullinger, to give you 15 and 10 a night, don't. He'll give it to you for about a week, and then 3 weeks will play like garbage. Give it to you for a day, 3 days play like garbage. It's the most inconsistent guy. He doesn't look better. He's still in the same shape he was last year. I don't know. You guys signed him to a 1 year contract thinking that he's gonna come out and play like he's like a Biombo, and I just don't see it. We gave him his chance. He got destroyed by Al Horford. If we see you guys, if the Celtics face the Raptors, you guys won't even be able to play Jared Sullinger because all Brad Stevens has to do is put in Al Horford and he'll be light out. Jared Sullinger can't guard him. Just look at the tape from this year's playoffs. He didn't get bet, and he's still in the same shape. Um, so yeah, it's going to be an exciting NBA season. I'm really excited to see some of these new Eastern Conference teams playing. Can give a shit about the Wests. I'm excited for the Rockets and Trailblazers. I think they'll have much better seasons. The Lakers, Timberwolves. That's always nice to see those guys. Be up and coming, have good young talent. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting season. Thank you guys for listening to episode 2. It's been a pleasure. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree about anything I said. If you guys want to talk shop about fantasy, opinions, whatever, just let me know. But yeah, thanks again. Thanks for listening. Once the NBA season comes out, weekly content will be coming out just because there's going to be a lot to talk about. And especially if you're a Celtics fan, I'm sure you'll love to hear me speak about them. Well, thanks again. I look forward to talking to you guys, and have a good one.